Well, hi there. It's a beautiful day outside, so why not get the hoedown on beautiful flowers? What's perfect for Mom for Mother's Day? So we went to E.J. Bennett and Audrey Stokes with JeffCo Master Gardeners, and you brought a lot of beauty today, ladies.
Good.
Gorgeous. So E.J., let's talk about plants. What plant do you think is good for Mom this year?
Well, we have some absolutely gorgeous new plants for 2015.
Yeah.
Perennials, annuals, just beautiful blooming things. And for Mother's Day this year, why don't you consider planting something in the garden for Mom instead of just handing her something? Go out and plant. And but remember, Mother's Day is a week early this year. We're a little early, so maybe wait till the middle of May before you're out there digging.
That's normally what we do at my house. I always want like tulips or flowers that, you know, I'm going to enjoy all year round instead of some that I put in a vase.
Yes.
So this is a great idea. Now we have perennial plants that you brought here, including the perennial plant of the year. Tell me a little bit about that.
This is our star, our 2015 perennial plant of the year. It's a geranium. It's called a Bajkova, which is named from the Bajkova Mountains in Croatia, where it was discovered. It'll have these profuse blooms all season long. It's deer and rabbit resistant, just a terrific garden plant.
Yeah, and there are new roses too that we have to talk about.
And roses are surprisingly great plants for Colorado. They're actually very drought tolerant once they're established. We have two beautiful new ones. This here is called Pretty in Pink and Improved Eden. It's a climber, so plant it next to a wall or a trellis, and it'll have those gorgeous flowers and beautiful scent.
I love it. And what about hanging baskets? Those are always so fun.
So we have a lovely new annual for 2015. It's called Surdiva White. It's covered in beautiful white flowers all season long, and it has a special trait that's great for hanging baskets. It will keep blooming even when the soil temperatures get quite high, and that's unusual. A lot of hanging baskets will have plants will have trouble blooming when the soil temperatures get high.
Oh, those were gorgeous, and I could imagine just on my front porch, outside my door, how beautiful it would be.
Yeah.
And we always talk about ground covers when you're on the show, but you have a ground cover perennial. Tell me a little bit about this one.
We do. This is a variation on an old favorite. It's a Delosperma, which is called a hardy ice plant. You've probably seen them. They're low, kind of a mat-like plant. They'll crowd out any weeds, super tight, and covered with these gorgeous red flowers. Just brilliant all summer long.
I love it. Not only the views, but the smell too when you walk outside your front door. Audrey, what did you bring new this year?
Well, I kind of focused on what we have to deal with here in Colorado, as well as a lot of western states, and that is water resources. Very low water resources. And instead of your typical annual plant with the petunias, which are very high have very high water needs, why not have a hanging basket of succulents?
Wow, I've never seen this before. What a great idea.
It is, and at very low water. These are all annuals, so they can be brought in once the weather turns. But in the summertime, this can be a gorgeous addition to your porch. They love the sun, of course, and they love the heat, and they just do very well. Here are some common house plants people might recognize. That is a succulent, though.
And you know what? You mentioned cactus. I think that's pretty unique for Mother's Day. I wouldn't think giving Mom cactus.
Exactly. And also, there's a lot of different cactus that do very well outside all year long in Colorado. I think people are familiar with hens and chicks and agave or your century plants, and they're ideal for the low water requirement.
Right, you don't have to water a lot.
And the heat, they're very heat tolerant.
Okay.
And the hens and chicks makes a gorgeous ground cover too.
So let's say we want to teach Mom how to plant. We want to give her a green thumb. What should we know about planting?
Well, number one is the soil. What the soil needs are. When you're planting perennials outside, Colorado either has very clayey or very sandy soils. So we need to amend the soils with compost, sphagnum peat. Just make sure you know what your soil requirements are for your particular plants.
And let's talk about mistakes that people make when planting plants outdoors.
Well, if you're talking about annuals, the biggest mistake is they usually plant too soon. You want to wait until your last average frost date, which is May 15th for Colorado. And for perennials, which you plant in the ground, of course, again, it's the soil requirements. You need to have your soil amended, and you also need to group your outdoor plants according to their water needs.
Oh.
So if you plant plants with different water needs together, some of them are getting overwatered and some are getting underwatered.
Gotcha.
So,
what a great tip. And again, you can go to the website at the bottom of the screen if you want to find out more and learn more about the Master Gardeners too. And what about planting outdoors on Mother's Day? Should we do it on Mother's Day, or do we have to wait because it comes a little early this year?
Well, the perennials can be planted as soon as the soil is able to be worked. Because if they've been hardened off, if you purchased them in a nursery where they were outside, they being grown outside, they're probably okay. But if they were indoors in the nursery, you're going to want to harden them off for about a week.
Okay, so wait a week after Mother's Day. I love this idea for a hanging basket. Thank you, ladies. What great tips for Mother's Day.
May I
sure.
just thank our friends, our good friends at Timberline Gardens for lending us all these beautiful plants for our show today.
Way to go, Timberline. Thank you for making our outdoor beautiful today on Colorado and Company. Now, if you have any planning questions, then go ahead and give Jefferson County Master Gardeners a call. The number is 303-271-6632. That's 303-271-6632. Better yet, you can check them out online. Go to their website, jeffcoextension.org. There are always informative and fun classes taking place.